Hello, welcome once again. We continue with the introduction to psychology and specifically cognitive psychology. And today we are looking at memory. Last time we were looking at attention. Now today we are looking at memory. This is your host, Dr. Triple Mwenifumbo. Remember to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. For any information, contact +26079618125 +26097618123. Now, what's the definition of memory? When we talk about memory, we are talking about this. Memory is the cognitive process of encoding, storing, and retrieving information. It's essential for learning, decision making, and personal identity. So there are different types of memory. So we have got what is called sensory memory. This is a brief storage of sensory information, which is e.g. iconic memory for visual information or echo memory for auditory information. So what happens is that when we see something, there is the storage which is stored temporarily for that period of time. You'll be able to remember what you have seen. But after just some seconds or just after some minutes, you're not going to remember what you saw. As we are talking about attention, we are talking about where you are focused and you grasp that thing and it stays in your mind. Now, when you are in this memory, it is whereby you have looked at the thing, but you have not seen it. Then we have got short-term memory, which is limited capacity storage of information for short period. This happens up to 30 seconds, where you just look at something and it is brushed off in your mind. Then there is the long-term memory. This is the permanent storage of information which can be retrieved hours, days, or years later. Now, the way we have got the forehead where the memory in the first level of memory, it comes like a snap. But the second memory, it stays for a bit, and the last memory, that's where the conscious is, and that is where now everything that we do there, which is called subconscious. So it is stored there and it dictates, because that's where all the things that we have memorized and all the things that have been installed for a long time, that's where habits are and everything. That is what is called long-term memory. Now we have got also working memory, temporal holding and manipulating of information for cognitive tasks. So in this memory, the working memory, it dictates the information, and it makes you to understand and to be able to solve problems at that particular time. Now, there are different memory models or theories of memory. So there is this one, which is Axon, Axon model of memory, which was propounded in 1968. It proposes that information flows from sensory memory uh, to long-term memory. So it moves from one sensory memory, then it goes into short-term memory, then it goes into a long-term memory. Levels of processing theory. The Craig and Lockhart, they propounded in 1972. They suggested that information is processed at levels shallow or deep, affecting retention. So, according to how the information is processed and according to your attention, that's how the memory is going to be. So, when we talk about memory process, we are talking about coding, converting information into a format that can be stored in memory. Then there is the second stage, which is storage, holding information in memory over time. Then there is retrieval, accessing and recalling stored information. There are factors that affects memory, and these factors that affects your memory or for you to remember things. Number one, it is attention. So your attention will determine the way you are attentive to that thing will determine how the memory is going to be encoded. So information must be attended to in order to be encoded into memory. So you have to put something, you have to be attentive to something for that thing to be memorized. So if you want to memorize something, there must be you should have attention over it. If you are memorizing the word, then there must be attention to it. Then there is emotional state. Emotional state arouse can enhance memory consolidation. Maybe there is something that happens to you and you are maybe you cry over something that will encode information, or maybe it makes you happy that can uh, help to encode information. Sometimes this emotion can also make you to forget about other things, but like, because when you're emotion, sometimes you may not concentrate on other things, so it may make you to affect your memory, positive or negative. Then sleep and fatigue. Lack of sleep and fatigue can impair your memory. So if you are getting tired and you have got fatigue, your mind become absent-minded, and that can impair your memory. You can find that you are not able to memorize things, right? And unable to remember things. Why? Because your memory, you are fatigued. Then the age and development. When we get old, there is also the memory span just goes down. We begin to forget easily. So the age affects memory. Now, there are biases and errors that are also in memory. Number one, confirmation bias. That's tendency to recall information that confirms pre-existence. So you can only sometimes remember the things that you have interest in. False memories, recalling events or information that did not actually occur. You know, there are false memories whereby maybe you are dreaming something and you begin to think it is in the reality. And sometimes the mind can just confuse you. You begin to think about it, remembering about something that did not happen. So there are those false memories where you even say, no, I remember this. I remember it happened, yet it did not happen. Then there is also forgetting curve. That is a gradual decline in memory retention over time. That is, there are certain things that you begin to forget slowly. So you may have like, you may memorize formulas at school, but as you get away from those formulas, slowly they begin to curve, to fade. That is what is called forgetting curve. Then there is uh, mnemonic, which is using techniques like associations, acronyms, and rhythms aids to enhance your memory. So that is where now you are looking at, maybe you begin to sing the song for you to remember some words, or you begin to use the acronyms like we like this one, like the LTM, which is long-term memory. These are acronyms. So they help you to remember what you're talking about. Then we have got the cognitive training. That is where engaging in cognitive demanding tasks to improve memory abilities. So we have said that if you are to help in improving memory, you must be able to you must be able to have a formula of remembering things. Um, there is this man who is the memory coach. That is Shanti Kasbato. The Shanti is an Indian who has a very good understanding on memory, and he teaches how we can be able to memorize things. So he says the first thing, if you want to improve your memory, is to do the registration. Registration, it's whereby you bring that thing into your mind, you register it in your mind. Then there is retention. That is where now you are able to bring it and understand it. Then recording. He also talks about attention, comprehension, recall, and application. For you to improve your memory, number one, you have to be attentive to something. Then you comprehend, you get to absorb what you are trying to get. Then you recall. You are able to recall them, speak them again, and or remember them. Then application, that is where now the action, you can only remember something if you act on that thing. So um, remembering will be able to help you, or application of your memory. So you begin to act on what you have learned, or on what you have comprehended, or on what you have seen. There is a traditional memory improvement. The traditional memory improvement, we have got what is called repetition. Repetition. The repetition, that is where repeating information to solidify it in memory, whereby now you begin to repeat the information. So that also improves the memory. Then there is spaced learning. You don't learn things at the same time. You just learn a bit and you are able to recall them, breaking up study sessions into for the sake of retention. Then memory-related disorder. There is Alzheimer's disease, which is neurodegenerative. So, neurodegenerative disorder. This is characterized by progressive memory loss. So, this happens through the neurology, and it makes it's a disease that causes you to slowly to begin losing memory. Then there is also amnesia or anesia. Anesia, it's a loss of memory, loss of memory due to brain injury, disease, or psychological trauma. So the whereby you lose memory because of trauma or brain damage or disease. There are sometimes where a person becomes sick and he loses memory. So this is all for today, and I want you, for more information, you can go to this book, Foundation of Psychology. That is where the depth information are going to be found. You can also go to Google or you can go to YouTube and also look at this band's uh, Nishanti. So Nishanti has got very good understanding on memory, so he can help you to understand much on his YouTube channel.